Your players ride into town, they kill a blue dragon and save the day, right? Well, that could be a huge mistake. Hey there, I'm Ron from Dungeon Noob, and I apologize, I do have a cold, but I wanted to make this video. Today I'm talking about the blue dragon, some lore, and I'll give you 2 scenarios that you can drop into any campaign that your players are gonna love. Let's roll for knowledge. So let's start with what makes a blue dragon completely different, because according to the Monster Manual and lore, it's unlike all the other chromatics. Most chromatic dragons are what you'd expect from evil creatures. Reds are chaotic hotheads, blacks are cruel, and greens are manipulative. They're evil and they act like it. Now, blue dragons are evil as well, but they prefer order and enjoy hierarchy. They set up societies with rank and structure and rules, and they follow them. And when a blue makes a deal, it keeps the deal. They're lawful evil after all, so it'll abide by a contract. I mean, of all the chromatic dragons, the blue is the one that's most reasonable to deal with. But you have to do so on one condition, or really 2 conditions. You must respect its pride, and you need to respect its territory. If you do that, you can talk to it and negotiate with it. But if you insult it or invade its territory, well, you're done for. Now, here's another aspect of a blue dragon that surprises people. A blue dragon can coexist with humanoids. Some of them live right next to a town, peacefully, for years. Some of them employ people to run errands and do jobs. And a blue dragon can rule over a humanoid community better than most humanoids can. And usually the kingdom is better off. Now, I want to be crystal clear here, because the blue isn't showing kindness or mercy, goodness or benevolence. None of that. If a blue protects a town, listen, it's not protecting the people. It's protecting the town it owns. The town is its territory. That's it. It's still a selfish creature that cares only about itself. And the final lore tidbit I want to talk about is the blue dragon's hoard. I mean, every dragon wants gold, right? And a blue dragon is no different. But for a blue, gold is just the starting point. Beauty is what it actually covets. It admires fine art, jewelry, and craftsmanship. And this will surprise no one, but it prizes sapphire above everything else because it's blue. Go figure, right? And once in a while, and this is pretty rare, but a blue dragon will actually discard a piece of treasure it finds ugly, because an ugly piece of treasure in its hoard means its hoard is less magnificent. And a less magnificent hoard means the dragon is less magnificent. Okay, let's put all that lore together before we get into the drop-in scenarios. Blue dragons are reasonable, reliable, and regal. They can be negotiated with, and they can run a kingdom better than most others. But it runs off vanity and self-interest, never once caring about anything except itself and what it owns. So that's the blue dragon. Now let's talk about 2 drop-in stories to enhance your campaign and give your players something amazing. Now these are just skeletons. You decide where they fit into your campaign and flesh out some of the details, but I'll give you the basics. Alright, the first drop-in story. The party arrives in a town controlled by a blue dragon. The arrangement is pretty simple. The town pays a tribute, and in return, the dragon protects the town. Since its rule, the town has had very little crime, little to none. Trade is prosperous, and there haven't been any monster attacks. The town is pretty okay with this arrangement. The problem is the people collecting the tribute. You see, the dragon's collectors are brutal. They threaten families, they seize property, and they take far more than the dragon demands. They deliver the agreed-upon payment to the dragon, and then they keep the rest. They also control access to the dragon, so the town can't report them to the dragon without going through the people that's abusing them. Again, the town is okay with the arrangement, but not okay with the tax collectors. The town wants them stopped, but it doesn't want to break the bargain. Because as cruel as the collectors are, the dragon's protection and prosperity is real. Now the party has a decision to make. They can kill the collectors, but the dragon may see that as rebellion. They can gather proof and approach the dragon, hoping it cares that its servants are stealing under its name. Or they can remove the collectors and build a fair system that still delivers the tribute on time. Now here's the lore underneath it. The dragon probably doesn't care that the townspeople are being terrorized or hurt, but it will care that its orders were ignored and the tax collectors are violating the agreement by taking more than they should. Now, this works because the answer isn't very clean cut, and the party needs to make some real and significantly impacting decisions on how they react to the tax collectors, the blue dragon, and the townspeople. Ever wonder what D&D class you are in real life? Well, I built a quiz that tells you just that. You'll get your class and a full personality breakdown sent straight to your inbox. And you'll also get the Sunday Tavern, my weekly newsletter featuring the coolest D&D stuff that I find that week. Link is down in the description. Okay, so for the second story, a blue dragon summons the party in secret. The centerpiece of its hoard, maybe a sapphire statue, a jeweled crown, or whatever fits your campaign, well, it's a fake. Now, the dragon knows exactly who gave it the counterfeit. The person presented the piece as a tribute, and that person accepted whatever protection or favor the dragon offered in return. And then that person disappeared before the deception was discovered. Now, the dragon wants the party to do two things. First, it wants the real artifact. And second, it wants the person who fooled it brought back alive. And this mission has to stay a secret because the dragon can't let its rivals learn it proudly displayed a counterfeit as one of its greatest treasures. It would kill its ego. So it hires the party to track down the culprit and find out where the real piece is. Maybe the culprit sold the actual artifact to pay a debt. Maybe the sapphire belonged to the community or kingdom, and the forgery was the only way to keep it in the community. Or maybe that person, the culprit, simply believed they were clever enough to cheat a blue dragon and escape. As DM, you decide why they did it, and whether the party finds their reason sympathetic is up to the party. But this works because eventually the players will have to make a decision. Do they recover the artifact and hand over the culprit, knowing the dragon's justice will probably mean torture and death? Do they return the sapphire but claim the person escaped or died, essentially lying to the dragon? Do they try to negotiate for the culprit's life? Now, if the dragon and the party come to an agreement, the dragon will keep the agreement. But returning the sapphire isn't enough. This was never just about getting the treasure back. The dragon wants the thing back that made it foolish, and the dragon wants that person to pay. So there's your blue dragon. And to be honest with you, after learning all this, a blue dragon is now one of my favorites. It's a monster you can reason with. You can negotiate with beauty and artwork, and you can live comfortably in the kingdom next door that it rules. All because it's self-serving and selfish, not because it's doing anything good. So take these ideas and drop them into your campaign and make them your own. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and if I deserve it, please like, share, and subscribe because it really does help the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Oh, and remember to take the quiz, and if you wanted to know what I rolled at the beginning of the video, I rolled a 16. So drop the number 16 in the comments so I know you made it all the way to the end. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.